In today's video, you will see why these impacted toenails and feet are the most viewed feet on the internet. Sounds weird to say out loud and makes me giggle at the same time, considering he is my husband. His videos have over 50 million combined views, and this is the video you have been waiting for where I polish his toenails, plus never shared before tips, tricks, and tidbits of personal information, so stay tuned.
If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications in case you are chosen as the winner in the random comment game.
I usually edit out this portion of the pedicure service, but today I'm going to leave it in so I can explain to you why it's important to rub this exfoliated skin off of the surface of your body. If you don't rub this skin off the surface of your body, the products aren't going to penetrate into the skin that needs it most. It's only going to penetrate into the already softened skin that is sitting on the surface, and then when I go to give the foot and leg massage, it's just going to ball up and roll off the surface. So in order for the products to be successful and beneficial, it's important to rub that exfoliated skin off the surface.
Some sock fuzz in there. That's the first time you've had it in your second toe.
Just trying to help out.
He's so silly. I'm going to address a common comment about my nippers. My nippers were specifically designed at a certain length and width to fit under the nail comfortably. If the blade of a nipper is too long, it hits the curve on the back of the toenail and is impossible to insert any further without bending the nail plate. You're really only using the tip. You can insert my nippers and squeeze to trim and scoot the implement around the free edge to trim evenly. They are very strong and can tackle some of the toughest toenails you have seen in my past videos. I don't use giant nippers with a curved tip because they don't cut evenly and they can nick the skin if not held at the correct angle. A straight blade is the best for a pedicure service. In today's video, I'm going to give you all kinds of little tidbits of information that you never knew before. So I hope you stay tuned to the end of the video to hear all of the scoop. Did you know that this stainless steel nail file was the very first product I designed for my line of pedicure implements? That was a little over 3 years ago, and I cannot believe how much my brand has grown just in the past 3 years.
Now the cuticle pusher has a beveled edge. So when you sit the pusher on the nail plate, it's going to grab and press back any adhered skin that's on the nail plate. You can also pull toward you to pull off all of that skin that's stuck on the nail. So the skin goes all the way up to here. Can you see that going backwards? He hasn't had a pedicure in a really long time.
Poor Mr. Meticulous, he's been neglected. I know it seems he should be able to get more attention since he lives with me, but on top of the stressful changes that the pandemic has brought on us, we are still running 2 businesses. I did utilize the forced shutdown of my salon to create my online training center, academy.themeticulousmanicurist.com.
Push, some of the skin will go up on the back of the pusher.
Because the only way to help more people all around the world is to educate others how to provide the types of services you see me giving in my videos.
So get the tip down into the sidewall. Now if you're right-handed, you're going to start on the left side of the nail because that's where the point is. You're going to go down the sidewall. You're going to make small circular movements while you're pressing down to go across the cuticle line, and then go down the right sidewall. Now we're going to use the rasp to clean out from underneath the free edge because it has the little serrated edges and it will grab onto skin, and this one has a slope to it, so when you're going down the sidewall, if you need a little bit more of an angle, that would be helpful. So I'm going to use the flat end first to clean from under the free edge. You just slide it in and back and forth while you're pressing upwards. Be careful not to push back too far because you don't want to hit the attachment point on the nail because that would hurt them. And here I'm rolling the tool in my fingers to go around to clean out anything around that edge. You can already see from here the sock fuzz that's stuck down in his grooves. Now while I'm also, after I insert it, I turn it about 45 degrees so it can scrape and pull at the same time. Then insert the center and turn 45 degrees the opposite way. This is really tight down in here. He's definitely going to need to soak again before I attempt to get all of that out of there. I'm going to leave all of that. The water is going to help soak some of that off. You're not going to waste any of your time messing with anything that's just lying there. Turn outwards. So while we've been doing the toenail work, the callus eliminator has had a chance to penetrate into the skin and to dissolve any of the excess skin that's ready to be removed. You can see that I can just rub some of the skin with my finger and it will roll it off. And if there's a lot of this on the surface, if you don't rub it with the towel first, it'll clog up your nail file and it'll make it really slippery. So I'm using the large Pro Angel Foot File. I'm going to start at the heel. Go in a U shape, back and forth several times until most of that comes off. I'm going to get the center of the heel and go backwards to the edge. The ball of his foot. turn it around to the fine side because he doesn't have a lot there. And then he's gonna got a little bit right here. You want to hold your fingers on each side to protect the area that is living, because hitting living tissue with a serrated file does not feel very good. Now again, anything that's loose, it stays on the foot because the water is going to exfoliate it away. And now is when we use the sea salt. The oils and moisturizers and salt are going to help rub all of that off of his foot. He's very ticklish today. All right, you can put that foot back in the water. Apply the callus eliminator to the bottom of the foot so it has time to dissolve any non-living tissue. Wrap the foot. Go ahead and bend your knee. Apply the cuticle remover so it has time to dissolve the excess skin while we trim the nails and work on the free edge.
I want to give you guys a tip that I've never shared about controlling your nippers. See how far up my index finger is where it rests on the nipper? That is how you control where you insert it and balancing.
This one he's damaged so many times from basketball. It's starting to twist and turn. And when nails are not super flat, it's hard to get anything underneath. Even this small 5mm nipper, when you try to get it underneath, it hits the back of the nail where it starts to curve. So you may have to trim a little bit and then trim a little off before you insert it again. You won't be able to reach all the way to the edge with that in the way. You can see the dark area, so he's probably got some sock fuzz in there. You can see right there that he does. So that's going to be one of our goals, to get that out. We're going to use our file to smooth the edges after filing. If you can't reach to get the fingernail file flush to the edge, you can hold it on the tip of the toe and then follow the contour of the toe to control the shape of the nail. All of that dark color is dried blood. We just released our left-handed pusher, so if you're left-handed, the point is going to be on the right-hand side, and you would start on the right-hand side of the toenail and go in the opposite direction of what I am doing right now. And in small spaces, you can't always push backwards, so you can insert it and pull forward.
Did you know that I have individual courses that are available for anyone to learn? My Meticulous Manicurist course pack is for nail technicians who want to join my network and be listed as a qualified tech, for people in their area to find them, and for countries where licensing is not required, but anyone can take the individually sold courses. Or maybe you would like to give a gift certificate to your nail technician to take one of my courses, which you can purchase gift certificates on the site as well. I know you're all getting itchy for me to get out that ingrown sidewall cleaner and start removing all of that compacted debris. Can you see the dog hair hanging out from the corner of it from here? I'm getting itchy just waiting until I get it. I get so excited when I edit these videos. So tell me in the comments if you could see the dog hair before I pointed it out.
We're going to use the rasp to clean out from underneath. Insert, tip 45 degrees, pull around, and then roll it in your fingers to go around the edge. See that nail, it's got to get trimmed a little bit more. So just go really slow and ease out any buildup. So it's like a rock.
I can remember the day I realized my channel analytics told me what countries people were watching from all over the world.
To soak again.
It is so exciting and makes me so happy to know where you all are from. So tell me in the comments where you are watching from today.
Straighten your leg all the way out. You can give them a little bit of a massage with your thumb while you're rubbing that off too. Help relax their foot. Turn the foot outward. Go in a U shape all around the outside edge. The center, to the back. All right, bend your knee and back in the water. All right, I'll take that foot. And when it comes out of the water for the second time is when you're gonna rub the cuticle area to remove any of that skin that was sitting on the nail plate and down in the nail grooves. Now is when we're going to use our Ingrown Sidewall cleaner.
This is the tool that comes free when you purchase the pedicure kit.
This has a little tiny scoop on the end of it. Relax your foot. I left a little bit too much nail in that nail groove there. I'm going to trim that off. I'm just making mental notes because you do every step, you touch it once. You use your tool on all of the nails before you sit it down, or else you'll end up spending a lot of time wasted picking up and sitting down tools. There's a dog hair. Now if you can't see what you're doing, just wipe it away. Now this little hook also slips down into the sidewall. You insert it straight down. Now you tip out slightly, push upward while you draw forward for pressure.
Did you know that I've been making YouTube videos for 5 years now? And in every single one of my videos, I've always tried to teach you something new. So if you haven't, left me a comment yet today, or maybe you're waiting until the end of the video to leave me a comment, I want you to tell me one thing that you learned today that you didn't already know.
Now, all of the steps that I've done so far would be a regular pedicure. If you spend time removing a lot of stuff down in somebody's sidewalls that would cause impacted or ingrown toenails, that's going to bump the pedicure up to a customized pedicure.
How many Maya dog hairs have you guys counted underneath his toenails today?
That hair.
Just know about the other side.
But now that there's space underneath, I can add another drop of cuticle remover. Let that soak. Now, if it's a regular pedicure, you've scheduled it for 45 minutes. So if they're going to get polished, you need to look at the clock and you need to determine how long is it going to take you to apply the polish. It's usually about 10 minutes. And now you know how long you have for the foot and leg massage. If you've scheduled them for a customized pedicure, you have 60 minutes. So you do have more time to give them a little bit longer of a massage.
Massage is why I come to this place.
Relax your foot.
It's relaxed.
Your heart is a rock. You're not.
It is relaxed.
No, now it is.
It is relaxed. I haven't changed a bit.
Arguing with me is Bruce's favorite thing to do. Tense, relaxed. Tense, relaxed. Some of you might be wondering why people ask people to relax their foot. It's because when you're trying to massage muscles and tendons that are very stiff and hard and tense, it hurts your hands. You just aren't able to do your job properly, and that's why we need the foot very just chillaxed.
Just don't cheat the people.
I can't reach that. You need to fix my pole so this camera isn't hanging in my way. I'm using this for educational.
No.
I can't massage your leg when it's laying on the cushion. Your ankle and your heel can sit on the cushion, but not your whole leg. All right, bend your knee. Foot right there.
How many people looked at their own phone? I even did when I was editing it. People often ask, can you get ingrown toenails on other toes other than the big toe? And yes, you can, and I'm going to show you why. You see this little piece of nail that I'm going to lift up right there? It's what people refer to as a spike on the edge of the toenail. When you don't trim all the way to the edge, it can leave a little tiny sliver of toenail, and that is actually what pokes into your skin to cause the ingrown toenail, because there becomes an infection. The skin gets swollen, red, puffy, and the pressure is what causes the discomfort. So I am going to go back and trim that off. I won't leave it there. Oh my goodness, there is another hair. I think that this is definitely a record for him. But I want to know how many people are also looking at the screen with their head turned sideways, like me. I am doing it right now while I'm trying to edit this video. Oh my goodness.
Bend your knee. Little mini buffer blocks for anything that you missed, anything that's in a tight space, anything that needs to be smoothed.
How many of you are getting excited about the nail polish portion of this video? You'll have to let me know if you think that the color I chose complemented his skin tone.
Did you lock the door?
If you haven't tried my base coat, top coat, or my nail polish colors, I hope you do so. The base coat keeps the nail polish on your nails for months. The top coat is a shiny, fast-drying top coat, and the colors are very complementary and beautiful.
bright pink. It's called Rose to the Top to match your toe separators. And I might add a little bit of Powerful Pearl on top to see how it changes the color. That's what happens when you don't wipe off your brush, because it runs down the barrel. Do you feel special?
Great.
You look good in pink.
I applied the nail polish really thin so it would dry quickly, but I realized it was just too transparent, so I decided to add a third coat. Because you can see that on the side of his big toenail where I didn't get close enough to the skin the first time. Doesn't look like it has good coverage, so I'm going to add another thin coat.
Looks like our top coat got spilled.
And last but not least, this is the cuticle oil. It's called Call Me Ma'am Mango. hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and please help us out by clicking that share button underneath the video to help more people find our channel. Thanks so much, everyone. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to visit my channel. People like you are the reason for my success, and I appreciate it so much. But remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest videos. Remember, it is free, and I'll see you next time.